Thank you, Bobby. So for those of you out there, you missed Bobby's warm-up music, and the only thing better than listening to Bobby is getting to play along with Bobby, so I kind of missed that this week. Good morning, I'm Reverend Emile Gobreau, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Cultural Coast. All those folks that are in the room here and all those folks that are out there love streaming, just great to have you with us this morning. Reverend Teresa is, I hope, cuddling with her new grandbaby this morning and helping her daughter out up in Tampa and enjoying a morning off, so well-deserved. She's works very hard to keep the center going and all the energy and the flow and keeping us all on track. All the practitioners, keeping us all spiritually aligned. It's not an easy job. I've done it myself, and it takes a lot of spiritual energy to keep that moving. So we're in November, and November is I always get frustrated because why do we need to have Thanksgiving and gratitude only in November? Why don't we do it all year long? But I'll talk a little bit more about that later on. So just pleased to be here today. We've got Ferry Elaine on music and vocals, and supported by Bobby, and got the sound team, and everything is flowing here. And we can just take a moment to be grateful for the life that we have, grateful for the time that we have together, grateful for this moment, this breath that we take, this expansion into spirit that we can take advantage of in every moment of our beingness, every moment of our lives. Every moment can be a moment of gratitude, and as we express that gratitude, we're expressing a gratitude for knowing that there is only that one love intelligence that governs the universe, that one activity that flows and moves and expresses in, through, and as each one of us, and that we are joined together in that flow. There is no separation. There is no otherness, really. It is all the one. And in the one, we join together and celebrate all that life is, all that joy is, all that peace is together. Just knowing that as we bring ourselves and bring our attention in this moment to what is happening here as Sunday morning at Center for Spiritual Cultural Coast, that all is coming together for the good of each and every one of us, and that we rise into a new expression of who and what we are and whose and whom we are. So I'm grateful for the moment, grateful for the word, grateful for the presence of all y'all, as you say down here in the South, that I learned from a friend of mine. And it is good and very good, and so it is. And I think now we have Elaine, yes?
Good morning. Can you hear? I mean, you can. I'm having a hard time. Okay, so we're on gratitude today, and I have this song written by Lisa Ashman and John Trio. I met her at the Positive Music Awards a long time ago, and she sang this, and I had to learn it. It's called Thank You for Another Wonderful Day, but in Science of Mind, we typically don't say you because it could cause a feeling of separation. So I changed some of the words, and I changed it to grateful for another wonderful day. I wake up to sunshine, oh how I love the sunshine. Or it might be raining, I love the clouds that bring rain. There's so much beauty and more that's concealed. Once I see beauty, it helps me to heal. When I feel such beauty, the goddess within is revealed. I'm grateful for another wonderful day. Here's another chance to walk in God's way. Here's a chance to help my brothers and my sisters help each other. I'm grateful for another wonderful day. God made the mountains, God made the hills and valleys. God made the oceans, and God made an ocean of stars. God made us children inhabit this place, and best of all, in God's image we're made. In all of creation, the depth of this love is displayed. Grateful for another wonderful day. Here's another chance to walk in God's way. Here's a chance to help my brothers and my sisters help each other. I'm grateful for another wonderful day. And so it is.
That was so beautiful. Thank you. Well, Teresa's theme for this month has been home. And until I heard that Rev G was here doing gratitude today, I thought I had a thing written. I'm going to try to marry the two themes. And I could just say, gee, I'm grateful I have a home and leave. But I think you deserve a little more than that. One thing that really astounded me was I had a quote from Maya Angelou picked out to read. And then I got Teresa's email and she used a piece of it. And I thought, okay, I'm good. You know how you're always looking for the connection. The quote is, "The ache for home lives in all of us. It is the safe place where we can go as we are and not be questioned." Is there anybody here that has lived in their house, the same house, all their life? People used to. People used to. I moved into my villa 2 years ago, and that was celebrating my 28th move. And this week I had my air conditioner repairman ask me if it was my forever home. I said no. I probably have at least 2 more. I like even numbers. Let's go to 30. I'm just busy living my life, and I'm finding that I have butterfly tendencies. Out of the 28 places I've lived, I can honestly say all but a scant few I considered my home. What makes a home and not just another house? It's whatever your heart says. It's an emotional connection with the bricks and the mortar. And not just with the house, but within yourself. It's how it makes you feel. Home is a place where you hope in your dream. It's not a home without that. Realtors sell houses, not homes. It's up to us to make the house a home and call it a home from our heart. Home is a safe place. And as Maya Angelou says, we can go as we are. Be who we are in safety and comfort. In parenting, it's hard to let go of the kids. I had to keep telling myself I didn't have them to keep them forever. They too needed to fly, just like I did. But an interesting thing has happened. I was visiting my son in Oregon, and he said something about taking a trip home. And I said, home? You are home. This is your home now. You need to realize you create your own home. Home is where you live. You can't go back home. It's where you are. It's in your heart. Maya talked about the ache for home, and I don't disagree that it's a real thing. But feeling at home in your heart, You can do it anywhere. Bloom wherever you're planted. If I have aspired to anything throughout 28 moves, that blooming thing commanded my attention. Home is in your heart, not your head. Same place as God should be, probably. There has been so much talk recently about people wanting to bring back the good old days, especially with politics getting so nuts. There's an ache for that for some people. Then there's the technology. Don't we kind of ache and have the nagging question about what it's doing to us and to our kids? And oh, why can't we go back? Go back to the simpler life, the cheaper prices, the stable economy, experience a few decades without war. All of these are aches, and I'm sure we all feel them at time to time. Whatever your achy, breaky heart aches for, you can do something about it. It's called prayer. It's called gratitude. Can you imagine this? Please try. I get these visions. Your prayers go to God to a switchboard where the subject matter is identified. The operator puts the prayer requests into folders: prayers for stuff, prayers for cures, prayers for safe trips, prayers for new cars. All good, bona fide prayers. Anything missing? I get the cutest image in my head when I think of the gratitude prayers, because that folder has the fewest, but the best. I think bells are ringing and angels are dancing whenever a gratitude prayer comes in. Usually the only day of the year those angels collapse from dancing so much is Thanksgiving. But it could be every day. Just picture the bells ringing and all the little angels dancing and God smiling and so happy to hear about your gratefulness. Makes you want to just jump up and say a gratitude prayer right now, doesn't it? When you leave here to go home today, throw a gratitude prayer in, that you have a home to go home to. It may not be your forever home. Maybe you don't particularly like something about the home, but you have a place to go, and you're a grateful child of God.
Okay, so we're going to sing together. It's a song called I'm So Grateful, and I'll sing a part, and then you'll echo me, and I'm going to teach you the chorus. And it goes like this. I'm so grateful, so very grateful. Let's try that part. I'm so grateful, so very grateful for the blessings in my life, for the blessings in my life. I'm so grateful, so very grateful. I'm so grateful, so very grateful. I am feeling so blessed. I am feeling so blessed. Now we're going to do 2 lines at a time. I'm so grateful, so very grateful for the blessings in my life. I'm so grateful, so very grateful for the blessings in my life. I'm so grateful, so very grateful. I am feeling so blessed. I'm so grateful, so very grateful. I am feeling so blessed. Now we're going to put the whole thing together. Okay, here we go. I'm so grateful, so very grateful for the blessings in my life. I'm so grateful, so very grateful. I am feeling so blessed. And as I'm giving, I am receiving, and I'm feeling the love that is. For love is everything, I'm one with everything. I am feeling so blessed. I'm so grateful, so very grateful for the blessings in my life. I'm so grateful, so very grateful. I am feeling so blessed. One more time. I'm so grateful, so very grateful for the blessings in my life. I'm so grateful, so very grateful. I am feeling so blessed. I am feeling so blessed. I am feeling so blessed. One more time. I am feeling so blessed. Good job.
Oh, thank you, Elaine. And I got to say that the congregational choir sounds awesome. I wasn't singing at one moment, and hearing y'all, it was like, wow, we just, I could hear sopranos and altos and some basses in there. Wow, beautiful. And I didn't realize I made you to jump through so many hoops, Susie, but you did an awesome job. Awesome job. Because I was going to start with saying one of the things that I was grateful for is that my home is literally across the street. So my commute here is I have to wait for the signal light to cross Tamiami Trail here. So that light sometimes it lasts 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Yeah, I know. But you know what? You know how on the detective shows or CSI things, they it's like what the detective comes in, what do we have? And he says, my wife and I sometimes joke. It says, well, couple found expired in their vehicle. They're waiting for the light to turn green to make a left turn from Tamiami Trail to Fruitville or whatever. Just anyway. I like the topic of gratitude because it goes back a long time. The idea that we have things to be grateful for. I hear all this stuff like, I wish for the good old days. And I think about my own life. I'm 72 and almost a half now. And I can't think of a time in my life I would want to go back to and redo. It's like, it's gotten better every year. There's something new every year. There's something expanding and growing. And why would I want to go back and do it again? I've heard people say, oh, I want to be in high school again. I was like, are you kidding me? Or, I wish I was in college again. It's like, I don't think so. Or in my 20s or 30s. And it was like, no, I really like where I am now. And my first recognition of this importance of gratitude was, for those of you that have read the Bible or heard the story, you may have heard the story of how Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. And when you read it, that particular story, he starts by saying, thank you, Father. A prayer of gratitude. Thank you, Father, for hearing me. Thank you, Father, for giving me this ability. Thank you for allowing this to come forth. So I thought, isn't that interesting? And then Meister Eckhart, and he was really kind of the inspiration of this, said if you do only one prayer, do a prayer of gratitude. And he was 14th, 15th century. I've forgotten, and I forgot to look it up. But a while back. Okay, so we were, and then in the probably 2003, 2004, my wife and I started at Agape International Spiritual Center with Michael Beckwith, and when we became practitioners, he used to have quarterly practitioner meetings, and there were about 400 of us, if you can imagine that. 6:30 on Saturday morning. When we got to Florida and I suggested that we have a meeting at 6:30 or 7 o'clock on a Saturday morning, people looked at me like I'd just come from another planet. But 200 plus people would show up at 6:30 on Saturday morning. And one Saturday morning, he started talking about, I have a new idea about this 5-step treatment, that we really ought to start with a different step one. And that step one was gratitude. And it took a while for us all. I mean, he spent probably the next hour talking about that and talking about that space of gratitude. And whenever I get to pray, I always start with some statement of being grateful for the moment and grateful for being in the moment. And for me, it sets a stage. It sets a stage for where I am and what's going on in my life and how we're experiencing things. So that's a place where, I talk about circulation, I talk about giving, I talk about receiving and flow and all those kinds of things. So we're in an energetic of flow. And you've probably all done some kind of meditation retreat or, a meditation session somewhere. And virtually everyone I've done, the person leading it talks about sitting with our feet flat on the floor and feeling the energy of the earth rising up through our being. And, so if you've got your feet on the floor, even if you don't have your feet on the floor, if you can imagine that energetic flowing. And if you've seen pictures of magnets, and they show like the electromagnetic field and how it's sort of circulating from top to bottom and then out through the top and out through the bottom. Well, that's you and I. That's the energy of the universe. We're emitting and receiving that energy all the time. It's a constant flow. It's the thing that keeps us moving. We're electrified, so to speak, with that energy, and that's what allows us to move forward. And if you just sit for a moment and think about that, close your eyes. Those of you in the room and those at home, just close your eyes and get a sense of that image, of that energy flowing out of you and flowing back into you. And it's an endless source. It's an endless flow. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop when you forget that it's happening. It doesn't stop when something else is going on and you're not paying attention. So it's the Italian half of my upbringing. My hands move a lot when I talk. That's why when I got the lavalier type microphone, it was a great thing, because if I held a handheld microphone, my hand was out here and I'm talking and they're saying, we can't hear you because you're not holding the microphone. I practically had to strap my elbow to my chest to keep the microphone in front of my face for a year. But so when we move, we're flowing even more. That energy is moving in a different way because we're using energy from our own body, our muscles, our nerves, all those kinds of things. One of the favorite things I read, something like it was probably read it 25 years ago at the time, the statistic was that the electrical energy in the human brain could power the city of New York for 6 days. It's like, what? It's like, why aren't I shocked? Why can't I, deliver an electric shock somewhere? So to feel that we have that flow, to know that we have it within us, and we know that it's coming into us all the time. So we give forth from that space. So it's like, oh, I don't have anything to give. We have energy. We all have energy to give. When somebody does something for you, you have the energy of thank you to give. And I heard somebody speak about this probably 30 years ago now. When you say thank you, you're giving a gift to that person that has done whatever it is, brought you a drink at a table in a restaurant, or brought you your meal, or whatever it is. Thank you. You're giving a gift. Flip that around. Somebody says thank you to you. Don't say, no problem, no biggie, it's all right. Say, you're welcome. Because now you're receiving that gift. You're acknowledging that you've been given something. You're acknowledging that other person that he or she has given you something, giving you some of their energy. And now we're participating in the flow. It's very simple. doesn't really cost anything. A little concentration, because it isn't no biggie, no problem, whatever. It's a gift. I bring you something. Not that it's a big deal that I brought you something. You say thank you, I say you're welcome. It's an exchange. It's a flow. It's moving things. And I was looking for quotes and I realized I'd written a couple of things. So I went back to a couple of the Science of Mind articles. Some of you know that I write the circulation column. Right now I'm doing it every 4th month. So you'll see me again in January. Just submitted that 2 weeks ago. And this one I can't remember, is might be more recent, but anyways, our work then is not just the physical activity we express at our jobs or in helping a friend or doing a DIY project. It is the energy we bring that we emit from our being while we are performing these tasks. You know, I mentioned, you know, more fun than hearing Bobby play is getting to play. Getting to play, not having to play, but getting to play. Because there's a sharing that happens when musicians get together or singing together. When Elaine was leading us in song, there's a joy that happens when we get to do that together. We get to share our gifts together and see how those gifts flow and blend and come together and create something greater than the one of us by ourselves. And that's what we're doing all the time, because we're in this unified field. We're in this flow and we're in this movement. And this place we are, you know, this spaceship Earth, as some people call it, this planet that we live on, this is home. 28 moves. We moved 9 times in Cape Coral, but that was, but not 28. I can't touch 28. And it was interesting. We moved from a home that we'd been in for, I think, 17 years. And it wasn't my children's first home, but when we said we were selling it, they said, but that's our home. And none of them actually ever lived there. They used to come and visit because I separated with my first wife. Deborah doesn't like it when I say first wife. She likes me to say ex-wife, because when I say first, it sounds like I'm counting up a number. Actually, back in August, we celebrated 42 years, and today it's 42 years and 83 days. Because we started joking. We said, you know, how some people that I know have talked about having a birthday week. And so we said, well, why don't we have an anniversary week? And so we started doing that. And then we thought, well, what about an anniversary month? Well, so now we're at 83 days, and tomorrow makes it 12 weeks. So we're sort of doing this, and then we do have a little ritual. We repeat the 4 agreements, and then we say, no assumptions, doing our best, being impeccable in our word, and making no assumptions, and coming from love. That's our little ritual. And it's an expression of gratitude. Here we are, expressing gratitude for each other and that we've been together this long. So I think I lost the track of where I was going with that story, but anyway, you get another way that we can share energy and express ourselves and share gratitude with another person or with the people around you. You know, Susie, so you wrote most of what you read, which was beautiful, and you know, there are people who are upset about what's going on. Well, people have always had different opinions, always not 100% agreed. But I think we all agree that we want to live a good life, that we all want to feel good about the life we're living. We all want to feel good about where we are living, the home we live in. And, you know, you and I might not agree on something, but I can still go home and be happy in my home. You can still go home and be happy in your home, be happy with your family. I can be happy with my family, and whatever it is we choose to do. You know, people like different music, you know. It's like, okay, so you go in your car and blast your whatever music you like. I'm in my car blasting whatever music I like. We might not want to sit in each other's car because we don't like that music, but so what? We can still do it. We can still listen. We can still, you know, if everybody was the same and everybody agreed, I think we'd have an extremely boring world. You know, I heard somebody say, you know, if you and I always agree, one of us isn't necessary. I used to say when I was you know, had employees, I said, I want to hear what you think, because if you don't agree with me or you have a better idea of how it should happen, I want to know. I want to know, because that makes it better. That makes us all stronger, that we have that input and that we come forward in a way that allows us to grow and exchange. When I've been on boards of directors, which I've been on a lot, exchange ideas. If you just sit and don't say anything, you're not bringing anything. You're not bringing your energy. And we have that energy to share. So we want to give our gift forward. We want to receive other people bringing their gifts. We want to express that gratitude for the flow and the ability that we have to be in the flow. You know, let's stand up just a minute. You know, just get a little exercise. And so let's just start with feeling that energy flowing up through your feet that I talked about earlier. Close your eyes to visualize it, whatever helps you do that. And at the same time, I want you to hold your arms up in a V. If you're at home doing this, please do this one way or another. And just get the sense of your receiving from the bottom up and from the top down. And it's flowing into your being, energizing every organ, action, function, cell of your body. And you have somewhere between 70 and 80 trillion cells. Just think about every single one of those cells being energized. Feel the energy, feel the vibration, feel the just pulse of that activity. And now just say thank you to yourself. Thank you for that flow. Thank you for this energy. Thank you for energizing my being and giving me the ability to be all that I can be in this and every moment. Thank you for always being there. Thank you for being this infinite energy that does not stop. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go ahead and sit down. And just have that sense in any moment of any day, you can stop and have that gratitude for that flow, that movement, that energetic, that enlivens us in each and every moment. So whether it's about our home, whether about the work that we do. I used to be way back in the, 1971, I was a daycare teacher. And one of the classes I took, they said, play is a child's work. Play is a child's work. And then as I got to be an adult, they started to say, you know, it's like, be playful in doing your work. It was like, okay, you know, I'm trying to, you know, I'm reconciling this stuff. Or, you know, when you're doing what you love to do, then it's not work. We've all heard that. So what is it that we love to do? Especially some of us may have retired and don't necessarily have work anymore. But what do we love to do? It's a big question, especially for people that have worked for a long time and then they retire. What do I do now? What, you know, there's sort of a period of, What do I fill my day with? But how grateful can we be that we have that option, the ability to ask that question, the choice to do something different, the choice to be in the space that we choose to be in, the choice to find those next two homes. We moved into the place we're here and we live in now. My wife says, "This is it. We're not moving again." And I said, "Okay." And the danger is that, we go visit places and it's, I could live here. We were in Accra, Ghana, and I said, "I could live here." She looked at me like I was from outer space. We were in Cairo, Egypt. I feel at home almost wherever I am. And I think, I don't know this for sure, but I think it's because I'm fairly comfortable with who I am. That I'm not looking for a better place, I'm looking for a place where I feel comfortable. Now we went to a, what was she called? Cartographics psychic or astrologer. She would, astrocartography. Anyway, astrologists who put you on the map. And so what she said for me was that I would absolutely thrive in Italy. And I thought, well, that makes a lot of sense. The 3 or 4 times we've been there, I've loved it. My mother's father was born in Naples. My mother's her parents were born in Naples, so I've got some roots there. On the other hand, we were in Ireland last spring, and it was amazing. It's like I could see myself adopting an Irish accent. Just, I had projects in Texas. After 2 days in Texas, I sounded like a Texan. So I'd call home, and Deborah would say, "What's that accent?" And I said, "Well, I'm in Texas, y'all." But when we have the gratitude for the moment we're in, when we have that sense of I am home, then wherever we are is the right place. Whomever we're with in the moment is the right one, is the right group, is the right sense of things. When I come here, and folks start to gather, I just feel like I'm in the right place. Is it Daniel Nahman who has that song, "I'm in the right place at the right time"? Yeah. Huh? Oh, well, that's another one. But, so pay attention to your sense of being. Pay attention to this idea of grateful in the moment, grateful in the sense of who you are, grateful in the sense of who you're with, grateful in the sense of the fact that you can choose. And you can choose again if the choice didn't work quite right. It's kind of like going to a buffet. Gee, I'm going to taste this and this and this, and it's like, well, not so much on this one, but I'm going to have some more of this over here, because buffets you can go back again and again. Hopefully not too many times. That can get dangerous. But what do you like? What do you not like? It's as really simple as that. I went to a conference where basically they said, it's like, what do you want? Chocolate or vanilla? Or somebody passes, cookies around. So I choose not to have one, or I choose to have one, because we can be grateful in knowing we have the power to choose, the power to be, the power to express ourselves, to choose our home, to choose to be comfortable in whatever home we're living in right now, and to be comfortable with the people that we're with right now. So if we start our day, and you've probably been to workshops where they talk about a gratitude list every day and all those kinds of things, whatever works for you. Find a way to recognize that there's something to be grateful for in your life. Nothing else, the fact that you're taking a breath right now. I would guess everyone in the room is either inhaling or exhaling. and just from the fact that your eyes are all open and you're sitting erect, your hearts are thumping along. I mean, I'm amazed that happens. When you think about what happens with your heart is beating and blood is going in places you can't even imagine and doing things that you can't even fathom in terms of exchanging oxygen and food and microbiotic things that are happening in there, and things in your bloodstream that are ferreting out infection and getting rid of it and taking care of you and giving you what you need in every moment. And they're learning more and more about cells. They're not just little round things. They have all these little things poking off them and they join together. How grateful can you not be? I mean, you have to be grateful for that's just happening and you don't have to think about it. When was the last time you thought about, gee, my blood cells need some oxygen? I don't think about that. I don't know about you. I need to move the nutrients that just came in through, the meal I ate, out of the stomach and intestines and out to where I need it. My big toe needs some nutrients. No, we don't think about that. But you can be grateful that it's happening. So just rest in that awareness. That gratitude is a daily practice. Gratitude is a practice in every moment. And that we're grateful that there is this flow. There's grateful that there is this infinite intelligence that flows in, through, and as each one of us. That is the uniting factor for every living being. That brings us together in a oneness and a commonality, that we can share this world, that we can be in this world, that we can thrive regardless of what's going on and who agrees with whom and who doesn't agree and all that other kind of stuff. All that really matters is that you are thriving. Not so much in a selfish way, but in a way that you are taking care of yourself, so that as you take care of yourself, you take care of everyone else. We are like the individual cells taking care of the infinite human body that surrounds the globe. So with that expression of gratitude, I am grateful for each and every one of you for the way you contribute to my well-being and the well-being of our community. Peace and blessings.
Astrocartography. Found out about it in 1988 in California, and I just never wanted to spend the money to find out the perfect place for me to live, but I believe that I have my own inner astrocartographer and that I am in the perfect place. This is called Gratitude as a Magnet. Gratitude is a magnet. We attract just what we are. As I focus on my gratefulness, I send it near and far. Oh yes, I send it near and far. Being thankful in the moment, I feel the power in my heart. I radiate the love and the light of God, and and I send it near and far. Oh yes, I send it near and far. It's important to feel that, to be able to radiate it. Not just think it, but have a visceral experience of your gratitude. Like every morning when I go to the YMCA and I go swimming in a 92-degree pool. It's like I'm so grateful. There's different words for gratitude. Gratitude, thankfulness, appreciation. Gratitude, thankfulness, appreciation. Gratitude, thankfulness, appreciation. My soul's informed. Feeling it. Gratitude, thankfulness raises my vibration. Gratitude, thankfulness raises my vibration. Gratitude, thankfulness raises my vibration. I'm transformed. Gratitude is a magnet. It is living, breathing art. I'm knowing my connection, 'cause I can feel it in my heart. Oh yes, I feel it in my heart. Gratitude is a magnet. We attract just what we are. As I focus on my gratefulness, I send it near and far. Oh yes, I send it near and far. We have a choice. I'm going to invite you to stand. We sang this for Reverend Teresa when she was installed at the church. And the words are, in the light of the Spirit is where I stand, with the love of the Spirit at my command. In the light of the Spirit is where I stand, with the love of the Spirit at my command. In the light of the Spirit is where I stand, with the love of the Spirit at my command. In the light of the Spirit is where I stand, with the love of the Spirit at my command. One more time. In the light of the Spirit is where I stand, with the love of the Spirit at my command. And so it is.
Thank you, Elaine. So speaking about gratitude as a magnet, when we give to support the Center for Spiritual Living, we're giving from that place of gratitude. Thankful that it's here, thankful that we can support it, thankful that we've come together to build together this spiritual community. So as you think about your gift and give it forth with the gratitude that Elaine's been singing about, that I spoke about earlier, that is definitely one of my hot button soapboxes, whatever you want to call it, that we give forth with gratitude, that we give forth and we share what we have, because it's one way of recognizing that we have received it. When we can give forth from what we've received, we are recognizing that we've received that gift and that we can do even bigger things with that. And knowing, if you practice this, I guarantee the flow will come in. You won't miss what you've given forth because it'll be replaced manyfold. Maybe not in the next 5 minutes, but it will happen. It will happen. So just simply knowing that we are all divine centers of circulation, just knowing that we flow and move in this allness that is spirit all the time as each one of us. I am grateful for each gift and each giver, knowing that it is blessed and knowing that we are part of this greater whole that flows and expresses itself right here and right now. And so it is. Robbie.
Thank you, Reverend G. Rev G. Let's sing together.
Boom.
Less guitar. I
Hit the
think.
wah-wah.
Well, at least it's plugged in.
I receive the gift of life and pass it on. I receive the gift of love and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive all good and pass it on. I receive the gift of life and pass it on. I receive the gift of love and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive all good and pass it on. Oh, did we have someone on announcements today?
am.
Oh, it's Elaine. Okay, you're up here.
I thought when Rev G came back up here, I thought he was going to do a blessing. Okay, that's good. We did that before. So I get to do the announcements. A horrible death to die. No, I'm just kidding. So the announcements are, it's all about next week. The 20th of August is going to be our annual meeting, and we're going to have our service, our celebration at 11, and then it's going to be followed by a brunch potluck, and that'll be fun, because you never know what's going to show up. And then it says CSLCC will be providing the main dish of quiches and drinks. And there's sign-up sheets over there by Hector. So for you to sign up and let us know what you're going to be bringing, and if you'd like to help, we do need help. We need assistance. And then we'll have the meeting following that, and it will also be on Zoom for people that can't make it. So we'll see you on Zoom. And there's also this I'm not so clear about, so I'm going to just read it. She says that announced the formal election of Reverend Emile and Jennifer Johnston to the board after their appointment in board expansion at the beginning of this year. So we also have to announce the nominating committee's candidate, Angelica Redleaf, to fill the retiring seat of Evan Schulte, and we're grateful for Evan's service. And that was that announcement. And then there's a little bit more. The newsletter, if you want to sign up for the newsletter, how do they do that? Can they do that here?
That's right. There's a sign-up sheet right over there to put your email address on. You'll stay in touch. You'll know what's going on if you open your email.
Yeah, you have to open that email because it's only there. You know, it's not necessarily on the website. And the email is from a different address than the tip for me, because I get a lot of emails. So it's like, okay, where was that email? So now I always put a star next to it because I have to refer to it sometimes during the week. And if it's lost, I get 400 a day. So, and then one last thing, that if anybody has a prayer request, there's at least 5 practitioners here today. So you can let us know what it is you would like. You could put your order in. And it'll be me, Bobby, Essie back there. Cindy's around. Where's Cindy? She's still here?
Cindy's here.
Oh, there she is. Oh, the light's shining. And then, of course, Reverend Emile. So I think that's it, right?
I think so.
And so we have one more song. And I recorded this. I have a swing trombone guy playing on this. It's called The Happy and Grateful Swing. And your part goes like this. See, I just want to share this. A long time ago when I was becoming more conscious, but I didn't know about the science of mind, but I had clarity, and I made a declaration that I live my life in a context of joy and gratitude, and that was in the 80s. It was a long time ago, But to remember that. So everything, here's this big context, and it has everything going on because it's life, but to return, to be conscious and aware of returning to joy and or gratitude. And so you know that prayer, I'm so happy and grateful now that, and you can add whatever it is you're happy and grateful for, even if it didn't happen yet. You can set the intention. So your part goes like this. I'm happy, yes I am. I'm grateful, yes I am. Again. I'm happy, yes I am. I'm grateful, yes I am. I'm so happy and I'm so grateful because I can clearly see. I'm so happy and I'm so grateful, I'm in ecstasy. The joy that bubbles up in me keeps me warm in trouble. For here's us. I'm happy, yes I am grateful. I'm grateful, yes I am. I'm happy, yes I am. And I'm grateful, yes I am. I'm so happy and I'm so grateful, the truth is who I am. I'm so happy and I'm so grateful, the love I feel expands. The joy that's bubbling from within fills my heart up to the brim. I'm happy, yes I am. Come on. I'm grateful, yes I am. I'm happy, yes I am. And I'm grateful, yes I am. Okay, Bob. I'm so happy and I'm so grateful, and that's my destiny. I'm so happy and I'm so grateful, it's all good to me. The love I feel is everywhere, from inside out it's crystal clear. I'm happy, yes I am. I'm grateful, yes I am. I'm happy, yes I am. I'm grateful, yes I am.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.
Don't forget the merch.